Well, we're at it again. We're headed out to the house. I think today we are going to try and get that bathroom off the library, get that ready for the air handlers. We're going to take off the paneling. We're going to take off the, we're going to take the cabinets out. We're going to see what's under the floor, figure out what kind of configuration we want of the bathroom, and just actually check on the house because we've had a couple storms, and I need to fix my cameras in there. I need to make sure that the window that we uncovered isn't like some great big leak. We left last week and we forgot to put the window, the plywood back on the window. So, and we've had a couple storms. I have no idea. But of all things, I'm sitting here waiting for, you're not wearing that shirt. You are not wearing that shirt. I can't.
What? I just got a new shirt. No big deal.
You're not walking around with me with that shirt on.
What? There's nothing wrong with this shirt. It's fine.
I'm not going to be seen with you.
You bet right. Let's go.
Well, you know what? It doesn't even look like me. So fine. Doesn't look like me anymore.
Looks like somebody.
God bless.
We've decided to scan the local cemetery, see if we can make friends.
That's not true. We're looking for the people who owned our house. We think.
Oh, Bradshaw, Terry.
Would you stop it? This is where the people who built our house. We think this is where they're buried.
Honeycutt, that's a cool name.
I think this is the right one.
Lord Honeycutt.
The cemetery was established in 1856, and so Chilton. Where's Chilton?
Oh, look at how cool these gravestones are. Back up a little bit.
Well, how they can't see. Why don't you show them?
Yeah, working through the difficulties here. Film crew is on a
On
union
break?
strike. Look, those are just like the Haunted Mansion Disneyland.
The shape of them?
Yeah. Those are fun. Well, I mean,
I don't really. Are they fun? Are they fun?
I'm not gonna go as far as fun, but yeah. So one of the fun things about the Macabre Manor is maybe we can do a fun cemetery ghost
Battle.
hunt at night.
Right there. Battle.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
So here is the family site of the people who built our home. So Susan Green, she's the wife. Thomas, the husband. Susan Battle, or Tort, however you say that, daughter. This is her husband. I believe that's the daughter, son-in-law, I do believe. There's a few of them that are missing, but they've spread out other places, that at least the history that I've done a little bit here. So this is kind of neat. Hi friends, I own your house now. It's kind of a neat piece of history. A little weird and macabre, but you know, it is what it is. So that's a neat little tidbit.
Did you find the Behringers?
Well, no, I have not looked for them.
Okay. Look how cool some of these headstones are.
Somebody's in some serious need of a weed whacker.
This is a really big cemetery. At least somebody took care of that side of it. What does that say?
There,
That says Churchill. Look at that huge one. Watson.
Let's go look at that.
That's a...
Where?
On the big one right there.
killed by lightning. How strange is that? This, for the sake of any kind of, you know, whatever, is a very neat cemetery. I mean, much smaller in scale, but just as kind of neat as the one we went to in Sleepy Hollow. I'm thinking nighttime cemetery tours will be in our repertoire before too long. You know, part of the fun. Did you find anybody you know?
The Van Tassels.
You don't know them.
They're Kurth and Kin.
We haven't seen anybody to talk to yet.
Watson.
She was killed by lightning strike in 1908, I think it was.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is crazy, yes.
You want to, can you read that one? Well, I didn't know if I should go that way or that way.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like that's one of the things with cemeteries that, I mean, really fascinates us both. One is history, but the amount of effort that goes into tombstones, it is kind of a, I don't know, fun, macabre kind of, I don't know. It's a neat adventure to see the things. I mean, look at that thing. Holy Moses.
Oh, there's a saint inside. You need to go take a picture. Sorry. You're going to have to go. I keep sending him out there because there's a bunch of mosquitoes and I'm not getting out. There's water right down there. There's like a creek. And so I'm not getting out. They love me. I'll get chomped up in minutes. And then the next thing you know, I've got like the bubonic plague or something. They don't like him because he's bitter.
Anybody would like to say anything, I'm listening. Please don't come in form of the serpent, please. I don't want to get bit. No disrespect. Oh, holy Moses, look at this thing. $1915.
Hurry up, you're gonna get all chomped up. Mosquitoes.
Ah, my chariot awaits. No disrespect. Run down the hill.
I think that there's a little creek down there, which is why you're getting all chomped up. Like, oh my God, look at the mosquitoes.
Whoa!
Oh.
God, things fly. Yeah.
Oh, it's inside. It's inside. There it is. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Is there more? Oh, okay.
Get out of here.
Did you get him?
There was some serious
They were on you.
We had to
They
deal
were like
with.
on you. Okay, wipe your feet off. What is all that in your... Oh my God. What is that?
I gotta get back out, get ate up again.
Okay, let's stay in the car. Stay
Okay,
in the car
if it
this
was
time.
grass, you're gonna be just fine.
Oh, here's another one in the car.
Go, run for
No,
it.
there it is. He's in.
We're in a cemetery, and the scariest thing is the mosquitoes.
Bro, I'm serious. There was like a ton of them. Crick.
Crick. Oh yeah, you're down there.
Yep. Which is why all the mosquitoes are...
Looks like they have that as a house.
Yeah, there's your backyard. Where do you live? Oh, the cemetery.
Maybe he's the caretaker.
Hmm.
Last name was Curd. That must have been rough in school. Probably referred to as the turd all the time. Anyways, back onto the house.
Back to the house.
And get some mosquito spray.
No, we're not going back out there.
No. We've seen a car parked right in front of the museum. We're gonna see if it's open. I'm sure it's not, just because, you know, spite.
We never get anything done. He will do absolutely anything to not go to the house and actually work. Made me drive through the cemetery, and now they have this little museum, and no one's ever here. You have to like go to the website and request, because it's all volunteers, request that somebody go to the museum and show you. Well, there's a car parked out here, so now he's making me stop to see if there's anybody at the museum.
Where the hell's the front door? Oh. Nope, nobody here. Lights are on.
We've wasted an hour because he doesn't want to work.
Closed today. Figures.
And here he comes, because I'm sure they're not open.
I do a ghost tour in there. What is it you're spraying, friend?
Bug juice. Keep the bugs away a little bit.
Well, I don't think that's going to work on the mosquitoes.
Listen, I don't care. You could put a saddle on them and ride them. They're huge. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I don't want to get chomped on while I'm out here emptying the trunk. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about, see that guy? You don't worry about what I'm gonna do. You worry about what you're gonna do.
All right, I'm gonna unload this, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, stop spraying me.
I didn't spray you. Ah, see? So dramatic.
It was in my ear. It's under attack.
Sounds like a hyena laughing at you.
What, the mosquito?
No, this.
Oh. See, she just wanted to bring stuff here to put it in the house. I just want to get it out of my garage, so.
No, like actually hold the ladder so I can get down.
Well, I gotta hold the camera.
Lee. Ooh. If you film any of that, if you put any of that in the video, you will be divorced.
Hey, nobody will know.
I know it seems like we don't get much done here because we don't. Because we're too busy just walking around investigating things still. Okay, but if you look at, I pinned up some wallpaper. There we go, you can see it now. This is definitely the pattern I'm gonna do for the entryway, but I haven't decided on which color scheme I like. I'm leaning towards the gold, but I haven't decided yet. So tell me what you think. Which do you prefer? And don't say, oh, I don't like either one of them, because I don't want to hear that. Just pick a color. Okay, so my plan for today, of at least what I'm going to do, I'm not sure what he's up to today, but my plan for today is to actually take the drywall off in this room. This is the front room. When you walk in from the entryway, it's the first room on the right, which would be the library. We're calling it a library. We might use it for a primary bedroom first when we're first here, but then, because right off of it, let me turn this around so you can see, is the bathroom area. So we are actually going to take these cabinets out right here, and then we're going to reconfigure the bathroom, which is in here, because we're going to add a shower separate from the claw tub. But then in this room, there'll be like a little dressing, not a dressing room, but like a vanity area underneath the window. And then this part of the room is actually going to be a utility closet with the air handlers for the air conditioner. So this is the first part of the house that we're actually going to do work on. But this room specifically has drywall, and you'd look at it and you'd say, oh, it's in good condition. Why are you taking it down? Well, let me tell you, I have issue with textured walls. I don't like it. It's not appropriate for this house. I can't imagine looking at it every single day, even though it's in relatively good condition. There are a few minor cracks that we could patch and just move on, but I can't stand it, and I can't wallpaper over it. And it would be much easier to just go ahead and take down the drywall and re-drywall it and make it smooth so I could wallpaper it than it would be to try and wallpaper over texture or even just deal with it, because I can't deal with it. And I know people think that that's crazy of all the things that need to happen to this house. Why are you obsessing on texture? I don't know. It's a weird OCD thing that I have, and I can't stand it. So that's my plan for today. He is probably doing something else, but let me just show you up close. Not to mention, I think that this paint is shiny, but yeah, see the texture? It's not like that in all of the house. It just is in this room, and then we walk this way. And then it is actually up the wall in the hallway and in a couple of the bedrooms, which is a bummer. We're not going to talk about upstairs yet. It's relatively okay upstairs. It doesn't need that much work, but not really sure what I'm doing with the textured walls. So starting down here, if you can see, this is the entryway, and I've got my two little wallpaper samples up there to see which color I like. So when you first walk in the door, there's the entry, and then this is the former parlor, which really is in not that bad of a shape, other than we need to work on the fireplace mantle. And then this wall, these walls are drywalled, smooth, no texture. So we've got to repair that drywall because Mr. Anderson took it down. And a couple of cracks here from the house settling and shifting. But all of these rooms, this is the parlor, and then this is formerly known as the music room, which is going to be our library. But in this room, again, they had wallpaper, so the walls are smooth. And then again, in the dining room, the walls are smooth, which would be period appropriate if you didn't have wallpaper on them. Or fabric, really, is what they used to use. But we're going to make it match the rest of downstairs. So that's my plan for today. We'll see how far I get and how much I get accomplished. I have to take all the drywall pieces out one by one out to the garage so that we can load it in a dumpster next week. And it's not like light work. It's kind of heavy. Also, there's like a gas fireplace thing that I have to take off the wall as well. So we'll see what we get accomplished today. Wish me luck.
My game plan is a little messed up today because of the mosquitoes. I was going to work on leveling that little corner of the house right there. That's where the mechanical room is going to be. So this little corner right here is a little high, so I was going to bring it down just a touch. But the mosquitoes are like the size of trash trucks today, so I don't want to get all chomped up because I got no mosquito spray, and I'm a delicate soul. So I guess we'll work on the inside and build those little stands for the air conditioner and work on some of that junk. The mighty queen is going to be pulling the drywall off in there, which will be fun to watch, but I don't want to get involved in that kind of like heavy lifting, so I'm going to work on the easy stuff, you know, with the sharp tools. Let's open this thing up. Been trying to get my saw set up, but I desperately need a dumpster. Easy. And I gotta find some wood. Now you would think with the piles and piles and piles of wood that I have everywhere, I have all the wood I need, but none of this wood is of any good to me. I keep thinking I should start burning it off just to get rid of some of the loose stuff that I'm not gonna need, but I don't know, sacrilege to burn moldings, but we have a bit of a plethora of them.
You have to take the whole front part off first. No way, man. Lee.
You're going the wrong way.
Lefty loosey.
Yeah, well, that's your right.
Oh. Oh. How do you know it's off?
The little red handle's turned off. It's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, by the way.
Yeah. Wrong way. You already put, look, what is this? Like, hello? What do you think they painted around it? Jeez, I could barely get it off. There we go.
Better already.
Pulling this off, and it was, I pulled off the piece like this, it was cut to fit, and so I'm looking at it and it's not original. It's really poorly stained, additional 2 pieces of molding that he put together for this baseboard here, which it's crazy because once I pull it off, you can see he was just, there's been like a gap because the house has shifted, so he was just trying to cover it up, which is fine. And we'll put some back on, but this stuff is, we'll put some nice shoe molding on because this stuff is penciled together like not okay. Let me show you. Look at the huge gap. That's how much the house has moved. And that's probably why he had this big molding, to just kind of hide the fact that that's happening. But we're gonna do a better job. when we put it back together. Make it look better at least. Even if we're still covering up the problem. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm talking to you, not the camera. Look at this.
What are we looking at?
How much the house is pulled away from the... That's why.
So let me show you some of the something fun that we noticed that we didn't notice before, which I don't know, we weren't concerned with anyway. But we'll notice this wall, if we look at it, this bottom portion here has moved this direction, which we already knew from inside the room that it was sort of moving, but I don't know if you can see it, but that thing comes down at a slant. So you can probably see it more evident here. You can see where that joint is. The whole thing is sort of bowed out for some reason. I mean, everything is for the most part level, but that part of the wall is trying to detach from the house. Oh, there's little flying assholes there. So come in here into the house, which is the last thing in the world I want to do. Oh, turn my fancy light on there. We can see there is what's left of the fireplace hearth, which as you can see is totally crumbled, and that's why it was all taken out. Part of all the blocks that they've added, and it's wet under here still, so that always makes things worse. But we need to secure this situation. So back into the joy of bad financial decisions. You know, it is what it is. I mean, there are certain things to be expected having an old house. It just comes to the territory. So, if we look over here, we can see there's a gap there, which clearly they knew was moving, and instead of addressing it, they just put a Band-Aid on, which is fine. I probably would have done the same thing. So what my plan is, which I'm not doing today, once the mighty queen gets rid of all of our drywall, then I will attach a board on this side, probably drill through and do it on the outside, and attach a couple pull points, and then I'll come over here to this side because I have this gap here, which clearly is an indicator we have problems. So then I'll come over here and put an anchor point here because I know this is solid as can be, probably the only straight place in the house, and come along over there to the bottom there, and she'll just drag this whole section over. It's about 2 inches, and that will secure that wall, possibly close this gap here, and should in theory secure this area. Because for some reason this whole portion, this whole room of the house wants to sort of head east, so we're going to try to stop that from happening. You know, I mean, with the house moving and so on, it's certainly not surprising. This comes with the territory, but you know, the more you dig, the more surprises you have, the more nightmares you have, one or the other. So it's getting there. Hi, baby doll.
Huh? Yeah. There's some spray foam. What's a spray foam?
Right. Well, one step up from chicken wire.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Just working through it.
Right. Although we will point out that the window units that we were kind of making fun of actually work quite well, and have cooled the house down quite good. There's 3 of them. So air conditioning becomes a little less important at the moment because apparently the house falling down is more important. So we'll work through that. I'm trying to stay positive about this whole situation. She has a dream of this house. It's fine. Happy to help. perhaps a little naive, but I knew what to expect. So none of this is a surprise to me. It is what it is. Happy wife, happy life. Yes.
Well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, I think we've determined that.
I was trying to be good. And I scored it.
You're trying to be good?
Yeah, like I was trying to do it.
For one time?
I was trying to do it not like a savage. Why are you trying to do that?
Well, I'm not trying to do that.
That's why I said, why don't you not be a savage? There's a screw right there. Could we not hit, not just hit the wall? Yeah, the plywood. The drywall's not that thick. There's plywood there.
Oh, wood. Oh, well, yeah, 'cause that's for the fireplace.
Fireplace.
Catch that. Whoops.
Because I got to cut the corner. See? Look at me. There's the whole piece because I cut it right there.
You know, the rest of the drywall in the house you can take off without even looking at it, but this, the one piece we want to remove, it's like, you know, whatever. All right, so this is where puzzling minds want to know, or inquiring minds want to know, or however I want to know. So, drywall screws. Now, there must have been a tweaker kid in the neighborhood that rented to come in here and do this, because look, every 3 inches is a freaking screw. Nothing in the field up here much, but oh my gosh, I'm a tweaker. I'm going to put screws every goddamn place in the whole wide world. Now the drywall in the living room, you'll notice that we took right off the wall because there's no screws in it at all. The ceiling, as you'll notice, is falling off because there ain't no screws in it. But Tweaker McGee done blowed all the screws in there and now we can't get them off. Good God.
You gotta take it off. You gotta unscrew them. Maybe it's just this one wall.
Now we know darn well that's not going to be the case because we want to take the drywall off. So everywhere else in the house where we want to leave the drywall, I'm sure will fall off. I walk past it, but in this one room, all right, rant over. I need like a Midol and a beverage of some sort.
There really is a screw like every.
I'm gonna do this. Boom, 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 boom.
It's because they have that gun, the drywall gun that I found out in the garage.
Yeah, the gun and heroin needles with the gun. Freaking tweakers, man. Dang. Oh well. Anyways, the pitchfork works really good. We're gonna see Laura in action momentarily. And then we can go to the hospital.
These are not the appropriate tools.
Well, I don't think there's any appropriate tools I could have had because I was anticipating 47,000 screws. I wasn't thinking like the living room would just fall off the wall, but this is like
Okay, but in the field, there's not that many, but right where they need, there is. So why don't we unscrew them?
Well, we could.
Wouldn't that make more sense?
Well, of course, but that's not very fun. All right, fine. Give me the hammer, please. This is your house project. What am I getting involved for? I'm supposed to be the camera guy.
Do that.
All right, there you go. Oh, look.
Again?
There's a hole leaking vital fluid.
Because you're so aggressive. You're so aggressive. It's like one piece at a time. This isn't going to work out.
No.
Wow. I've never seen so many screws. Maybe the wall's moving because it's so heavy from all the screws.
Yeah, probably. Must have been a discount at the Ace Hardware when they bought these things, but had we known this was going to be this difficult, we assumed that it was like the front room, which is why we decided to take the drywall off to begin with, because the walls are textured and we don't like, but this makes it kind of horrible.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Extremely horrible.
If there was a bar in town, I'd go there instead.
Well, not only do we not like the texture, but we were gonna put a fake fireplace back here. Because for the floor and everything, which is why we're gonna keep the hardwood floors. And we were just gonna make a little fake fireplace. But if the walls are as difficult as this, the other walls, it's not coming down. I'm gonna have to get over my hatred of the texture because this is awful. This is bad, bad.
This is when you prove that everything on the Home and Garden channel and the DIY network is complete bullshit. This is the real deal.
Just unscrew that part. Ooh, that's a big piece. It's a good thing you weren't standing right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and back in the 20s, the women had women's suffrage, so you'd have the right to do this.
The women's suffrage was about voting.
Whatever, same thing.
Can you not? That piece got skewered. So are you trying to tell me that the 5 million screws were only down here on the bottom? Timber!
Yeah. Less and less screws as you go up.
Not bad.
well, we accomplished nothing. I think that's the goal that we achieved. Nothing. We had a lot planned, but as you well know, doing home renovation, nothing goes as planned or costs as much as you think it would. So this is what we accomplished, friend. A very small piece of drywall removed.
And you took all the paneling off in that room.
Well, some of the paneling.
So, most of the paneling.
Yeah. So we got some big chunks out of this out here, so that's good. You know, and this stuff had to come off because it's all just water damage because the ceiling had got wet because the bathtub overflowed that was up there. But, I mean, that was done who knows how long ago. So, I mean, it could have been generations ago. I have no idea. But we do have a totally illogical plan, but a plan nonetheless. So, believe it or not, I don't know. Things happened. I think I had more fun at the cemetery today than anything else, but, you know, drive home would be nice.
Yeah, today didn't go as planned, but I mean, I feel good with what we got accomplished. Who knew that there was going to be 5,100,000 instead of 72 drywall screws in the drywall that I wanted to remove?
Yeah.
So we might just be paneling it. Fixing this one wall, paneling. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. We're gonna back to the drawing board about this room.
Right. Although, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's an old house. It was remodeled pretty heavily 30 years ago. So here we are 30 years later. I mean, and we're finding things that have changed in, you know, that amount of time. It's not surprising, and you go in expecting, but yeah, it's always, you don't know what you're expecting until you find it. So, you know, you have to look for something. It's like looking for love in all the wrong places. Let's get the hell out of here.